What is going on, ladies and gents? Michael or Legacy Kill HD back here today with another top upcoming games video for you. Today we're going to be concentrating on the open world genre, going over some of the best upcoming games featuring that. But if you haven't already, make sure you follow me on Twitter to discuss a lot about upcoming games, and also check out the previous video where we discussed the top 25 upcoming games overall of 2017. And make sure to let me know in the comments what open world game you're looking forward to the most and why, and also make sure to smack that like button to show your support. And let's get started here at the number 10 spot with Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. It's a medieval action role-playing game developed by Tailworlds Entertainment. The game is going to be set as a prequel 200 years before Mount & Blade Warband. It takes place during the decline of the Calradian Empire and the formation of the kingdoms that appear in the previous games. The armor, weapons, and architecture will be drawing inspiration from 600 to 1100 AD. Bannerlord will include at least 6 major factions, each composed of competing clans with their own goals, as well as minor warband factions such as mercenaries. Rumors have been circulating that a console release could be coming, but right now only PC is set for a release sometime in 2017. And right now, guys, I gotta admit, this is one of the best games that I've ever played. The Mount & Blade franchise is just so amazing, such a fun strategy game, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the improvements that they make with this new successor, and I feel like there's so much that they can actually accomplish. I've already seen the siege mode gameplay, it looks fantastic, and some of the other things that they've actually added, like voice acting, that's a nice little addition. I'm just really looking forward to seeing the different types of mods that can be created, and the creativity that can come from the community. And at the 9th spot, we have Horizon Zero Dawn. It's an action role-playing video game being developed by Guerrilla Games. The plot revolves around Aloy, a hunter and archer who lives in a world overrun by robots. Having been enclosed her whole life, she sets out to discover the dangers that kept her sheltered for so long. Aloy makes use of ranged and melee weapons and stealth tactics to combat the mechanized creatures whose remains can also be looted for resources. The game features an open world environment for Aloy to explore, divided into tribes that hold side quests to accomplish while the main story guides her throughout the whole world. And honestly, when I first heard of this idea, I thought it was outlandish and crazy, but as I've seen more gameplay, trailers, announcements, and details, I really am intrigued about this title. It looks absolutely amazing. The gameplay has brought my attention just to the main story. I'm really intrigued to see what it has to offer, and hopefully some of these quests, not necessarily just the main story, but some of the side quests can give us some answers on why this world is ruled by these mechanized creatures and what exactly happened to the humans that inhabited it. Now to the number 8 spot, we have Scalebound. It's an action role-playing video game developed by Platinum Games. Players assume control of Drew, who is accompanied by a dragon called Thuban. Players can use a variety of weapons to defeat enemies and may issue commands to the dragon which assists players during battles. Unlike other games developed by Platinum Games, the game puts more focus on the graphical qualities and the role-playing aspect instead of action. And our playable character can also shapeshift into a half-dragon hybrid. When he transforms, his abilities will be significantly strengthened. When this game got delayed in 2016, I got a little bit worried, but I also thought maybe it's just for polishing and making a better game, and hopefully that is what is the case. But either way, I really do like what I've seen so far from gameplay. I think it's a cool concept. Some of the abilities that Drew and Thuban have is also very intriguing, so it's going to be fun seeing how this plays out and the different monsters that we can battle. Now at the number 7 spot, we have Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. It's an open world tactical shooter video game in development by Ubisoft Paris. The game will move away from the futuristic setting introduced in Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. It will instead feature a setting similar to the original Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. Ubisoft has described it as one of the biggest open world games that they have ever published. Within the game, the world includes a wide variety of environments such as mountains, forests, and deserts. The game is set in Bolivia, which has become increasingly unstable as the Santa Blanca drug cartel gains more power and influence to the point where Bolivia has become the world's largest producer of cocaine. The rise in power of these drug cartels concerns the United States government, as Santa Blanca's influence has become to spread beyond Bolivia. As a result, the United States Army dispatches an elite special operations unit called the Ghost to destroy the cartel and reveal the evil connections between Santa Blanca and the local government. I must admit, Ubisoft has been one of the companies that I get worried about with some of their games as of late. A lot of their games have got me worried just because they don't seem to exactly impress me, but this title so far, it looks pretty phenomenal. I mean, I love that it actually has that Arma feeling to it. At least that's what it appears in my mind. One of my favorite PC games of all time, and I really am looking forward to seeing what it has to offer in the open world, the different types of things that we can actually do with some of our friends. And at the number 6 spot, we have Death Stranding. It's a video game being developed by Kojima Productions, first from Hideo Kojima, following his leave from Konami, which was absolutely insane and pretty much one of the biggest shockers within the gaming community. Kojima is recognized as the mastermind and creator of the critically acclaimed Metal Gear series. It will star American actor Norman Reedus, who obviously is famous for The Walking Dead, who serves as the basis for the main protagonist, and this game will be a single player only. Kojima described the game's genre as a sort of action game, but with new and different elements. One of the key aspects of the trailer that we saw is the idea of a connection between life and death. We don't really know much except for this little teaser trailer that we were given, but this is being helmed by Kojima, which has to be on everybody's radar just because he's one of the best gaming developers out there, one of the best storytellers. Just overall, he creates such amazing stories and amazing worlds to explore. So if you don't have Death Stranding on your radar, look into it, guys. It's just an absolutely insane concept. We don't know much about it, but you gotta trust Kojima to bring us something that Game of the Year worthy. I mean, I know that I said it's a crazy concept, we don't know much about it, but from that teaser trailer, it really gets your mind sketchy, and it definitely is something that a typical Kojima type of deal, where we'll get some more information later on, and I definitely feel like this has got to be on everybody's radar, and as Konami falls, Kojima rises. And to the number 5 spot, we have Days Gone. It's an open-world action-adventure survival horror video game in development by SIE Bend Studio. We will be playing from a third-person perspective and controlling Deacon St. John, a drifter and former bounty hunter who prefers to live a dangerous life on the road over living in wilderness encampments. The game takes place 2 years after a global pandemic occurred which killed almost all of humanity, but transformed millions of others into freakers, mindless zombie-like creatures that are quickly evolving. Although we've already gotten enough games within the zombie genre, I'm really looking forward to playing with our Daryl Dixon-like character. And crafting different types of weapons and items is going to be a lot of fun to experiment with, and also exploring this little world that they've created for us, and playing in different types of ways such as stealth and action's a nice addition. And I'm looking forward to seeing what type of story they'll have for us and how different it will be from some of these other zombie games out there. And to the number 4 spot, we have State of Decay 2. It's a survival video game developed by Undead Labs. It's said to be a bigger, badder, bolder, smoother State of Decay. The world of State of Decay is more dangerous and unpredictable than ever, so if you choose, you can work closely with up to 3 other players to build lasting communities and put your survival plan to the test. As with the original hit game, your choices will shape an interconnected world and form a unique experience every time you play. Dynamic game systems for character progression, base building, leadership promotion, and consequence-driven storytelling will result in a dramatic experience that tests your drive to survive. And throughout the game, you'll experience a visually stunning and richly detailed world brought to life with the Unreal Engine 4. My biggest takeaway with this, obviously, is the upgrade with the Unreal Engine. I really do like the addition of this engine. I feel like it works well with a lot of other games, and I really am looking forward to seeing how they utilize it with State of Decay 2. And on the flip side, with the other details that we actually got, it pretty much just states that State of Decay 2 is going to be a better game. And that's what we're all looking forward to seeing. State of Decay, the original game, was absolutely phenomenal. A very interesting concept, and I really think it paid off in a lot of ways, but I also think a lot of people slept on it, and not a lot of people knew about it. So this sequel, I'm hoping it gets a lot more attention, just because I feel like State of Decay was a really fun game, and I feel like it was also a very interesting concept that was unique. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. What zombie game are you looking forward to the most? Do you want to see a State of Decay or a Days Gone? I think both of them will look phenomenal, and either way, I think that if you're a zombie fan, we got some great titles coming out in the future. Now let's get down to our top 3. Here at the 3 spot, we have Spider-Man. It's an open-world action-adventure video game based on the Marvel Comics superhero Spider-Man. It is being developed by Insomniac Games. The game will tell an entirely new story about Spider-Man and is not tied to film or comic book, because I don't think most of us want to see Uncle Ben die again. The game will cover both the Peter Parker and Spider-Man aspects of the character and will feature a more experienced Spider-Man. The game will take place in an open-world New York City. Players will be able to use Spider-Man's well-known abilities such as web slinging and wall crawling, as well as new gameplay elements unseen in previous Spider-Man games before, such as traversing using parkour. And I must say, Spider-Man 2 was one of the first games I was introduced to on the PS2, and it was also one of the funnest games I ever played. So this 2017 Spider-Man, a more experienced Peter Parker, is going to be a lot of fun to explore with, and utilizing his new abilities and interacting with different types of characters and villains is also going to be a big blast. A lot of things I'm looking forward to seeing in Spider-Man, so I really hope Insomniac Games knocks us out of the park. Now to the number 2 spot, one of the games I've discussed a lot on my channel recently, and that is Red Dead 3 or Red Dead Redemption 2. It's an open world western action-adventure video game. In 2016, it was leaked with an in-game map that Red Dead Redemption 2, or the next Red Dead, was on the way. Multiple sources confirmed this, including Tech Radar. Months later, pre-alpha concept art was leaked showing the direction of the next Red Dead, which was a prequel years before the events of Red Dead Redemption. Take-Two also stated that we won't be seeing any releases from Rockstar until at least April of 2017. What we know is that the next Red Dead will be much bigger than Red Dead Redemption, like I said before, will be a prequel, and the ability to swim and boating and exploring the ocean will be featured. And whenever I discuss Red Dead Redemption, I bring up the story. It was one of the saddest games I ever played, but also one of the funnest games I ever played. I mean, Red Dead Redemption featured so many different types of characters, were so intriguing. Irish the drunk, Seth the... I don't know how to describe him. Landon Ricketts, the badass outlaw from the past. Either way, this game has a lot of potential, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what Rockstar Games has in store with us for this next Red Dead installment. And at the number 1 spot, we have Mass Effect Andromeda. It's an action role-playing third-person shooter video game in development by BioWare. It is the first time in the Mass Effect series to feature an open world. The game takes place long after the events of the first 3 Mass Effect games in the Andromeda Galaxy. A new protagonist, Ryder, is designated as a Pathfinder, an operative tasked with discovering a new planet for the human race to colonize. Players will be able to pilot the new and customizable 6-wheeled buggy type vehicle Mako to explore the new planets featured in the game. The game features various planets for players to explore, with each having their own characteristics. Similar to its predecessors, the game features a dialogue tree, choices, romantic relationships with companions, and co-op multiplayer. After seeing that E3 reveal, the gameplay that was revealed and the information, I was absolutely amazed. It just looks so phenomenal. Even the gameplay just gets me so amped up for this game. I mean, the open world aspect, I'm really happy they're including. I think it's going to be so fun to explore each planet and seeing what it has to offer, the different characteristics. But look out for Mass Effect Andromeda, because it is going to be one of the best games coming out in 2017. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys get interactive in the comment section below. Let me know what open world game you're looking forward to the most, and make sure to like the video if you did enjoy or found any informative value out of it. Subscribe for more videos on upcoming games, and I'll see you guys later.